Dear students, welcome to 8th class biology class. So last class we discussed about microorganisms and what are the different types of microorganism, and we discussed about virus and what is the structure of virus and what are the living character and non-living characters about virus, because virus is stand in between living organism and non-living things. Okay, so in the scientific world they are still in a confusion in case of virus. So next we are going to discuss another microorganism, bacteria. So you are familiar about bacteria, you might have heard about bacteria. So what is actually bacteria and what is it is cellular structure and what are the different types of bacteria we will study in coming classes. Okay, so first of all, bacteria they are single cell prokaryotes, single celled prokaryotes, single cell prokaryotes. So what is mean by single cell? They have only one cell. All bacteria they have only one cell and they are prokaryote. What is mean by prokaryote? They have not well developed nucleus. Okay, so their nucleus is not that much developed. That's why they are called prokaryote, or otherwise you can say like they have no true nucleus. So the organism which does not have true nucleus, they are called prokaryote. Okay, their nucleus does not contain nuclear membrane and other structures, so that means they does not have well developed nucleus. They are called prokaryotes. And the organism which have true nucleus or well developed nucleus, they are called eukaryotes. Okay, eukaryotes mean human, animal cells and plant cells. They are eukaryote. We will study in coming classes. So bacteria, they are single celled prokaryotes, and this is the first organism formed in our earth, first living organism formed in our earth. And all bacteria, they are coming under the kingdom Monera. Kingdom Monera. So the living organism we classified into 5 kingdoms: kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, and all the plants under kingdom Plantae, and all the animals kingdom Animalia. So kingdom Monera includes the all bacteria. Okay, and study about the all bacteria are called bacteriology. Bacteriology. Okay, so we know that virology study about virus, same like bacteriology study about bacterium is called bacteriology. Okay, and next we will study about what are the two types of bacteria. There are two types of bacteria. Two types of bacteria. What are those? Aerobic bacteria and anaerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria, they are aerobic bacteria and anaerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria, aerobic, so something related with oxygen. Aerobic bacteria, they need oxygen. They need oxygen for respiration. They need oxygen for respiration. So those bacteria called aerobic bacteria. And anaerobic bacteria, they don't need no need of oxygen for respiration. So those bacteria are called anaerobic bacteria. So there are two types of bacteria. Aerobic bacteria, aerobic, they need oxygen for respiration. Anaerobic means they don't want oxygen for respiration. So clear about all those things. And next we will study what is the structure, cellular structure of the bacteria. Okay, so now we are going to discuss bacteria cellular structure. So this is one bacterium, a single cell bacterium, and these are the different parts of the bacterial cell. They have outer covering cell wall, then after cell wall you can see cell membrane, and they have flagellum and they have pili, and they have nucleus inside their cell, and they have cytoplasm this inside the area that is called cytoplasm, and they have plasmid, and they have ribosomes are present, and they have nucleus. So the outer covering of this bacterial cell, that is called cell wall. The cell wall, it is the outer covering. Outer covering of the cell is called cell wall. So this is the cell wall. This outer covering is called cell wall. Okay. Then after cell wall, you can see cell membrane. Cell membrane present. Cell membrane present. After cell wall, you can see cell membrane. The second one is cell membrane. Okay. And inside, after cell membrane, you can see cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, you can see nuclear material. This nuclear material is called nucleoid. So nuclear material in bacteria is called nucleoid. They are not called as nucleus, they are called as nucleoid. Why they are called nucleoid? Because they are not true nucleus. There is no there is no nuclear membrane around this nucleoid. No nuclear membrane found around nucleoid, because it is not a true nucleus. So bacterial nuclear material is called nucleoid, and there is no nuclear membrane around this nucleoid. And inside the bacteria, they have extra chromosomal DNA. Okay, extra DNA material, that is called plasmid. Extra DNA present. That extra DNA is called plasmid. Plasmid. Okay, so they have extra DNA, that is called plasmid. Extra chromosomal DNA. Extra chromosomal DNA, plasmid is present. Nucleoid also contain DNA. The nucleoid, which means DNA, genetic material. Other than nucleoid, extra DNA material, that is plasmid, also present. Then what you can see, they have flagellum. This flagellum, which helps in locomotion. This flagellum, which helps in locomotion. Flagellum. And they have ribosomes. Ribosomes are present. Ribosome is a cell organelle. Which type of ribosome present in bacteria? There are 17S ribosomes are present in bacteria, and these ribosomes, they help in protein synthesis. So what type of ribosome present in bacteria? 17S. And what is the function of this ribosome? Protein synthesis. So these are all about the cellular structure of the bacteria. They have outer covering called cell wall, and they have nuclear material, that is called nucleoid, and they have an extra DNA material, chromosome, extra chromosomal DNA, this is called plasmid, and they have ribosomes. Ribosomes, they are 17S type, and which helps in protein synthesis, and they have flagellum for locomotion, and other cellular organelles like mitochondria are absent. Mitochondria, Golgi bodies, Golgi apparatus, and endoplasmic reticulum, these organelles are absent in bacteria. Okay, they are not present in bacteria. Mitochondria, Golgi bodies, and endoplasmic reticulum. So we are going to check what are the different shapes of the bacteria. Okay, so if you observe bacteria, you can see some bacteria, they are like spherical shape or ball shape, and some bacteria, they may like bacillus, that means rod shape, and some bacteria, they are like a comma shape, and some bacteria, they are like a spiral shape. So what are the shapes of bacteria and what we call them? So first of all, Cossay bacteria, you can see here. This Cossay bacteria, they are look like a spherical structure or ball-like structure. So those bacteria, they are called Cossay bacteria. But some bacteria here, you can see Bacillus or Bacilli, they have rod-shaped structure. Okay, so they are called Bacillus. For easy for remembering it, you can imagine like a bat. Okay, bat means a rod-shaped structure. Bat has. So Bacillus, bat, connected with those things. So Bacillus bacteria, they have rod shape, And Vibrios bacteria, they have comma shape. So these bacteria, they are called Vibrios. And Spirilla bacteria, they have spiral shape. Okay, so let's check what are the examples for these bacteria. First of all, Bacilli. Bacilli, here what it is? Yes, rod shape bacteria. An example for this, Bacillus anthracis. Okay. Then next type, Spirilla. Spirilla bacteria you can see here, and also you can see in your textbook figure 6.3. Okay. And Spirilla bacteria, they have spiral shape. An example for this, Helicobacter pylori. Then another bacteria, that is spherical shape bacteria. What we call them? Coccei bacteria. They have spherical or ball shape, and different types of Coccei bacteria you can see. And some Coccei bacteria, they are found like in pair. They are called Diplococcus. Some Coccei bacteria, they are found like a chain. They are called Streptococcus. Some bacteria, they are found like bunches. So bunches, they are called Staphylococcus. Okay. So example for Coccei bacteria, one of the example, Streptococcus pneumoniae. The last one type bacteria, that they are called Vibrios bacteria. Vibrios bacteria, they have comma shape, and example for this, Vibrio cholerae. Vibrio cholerae is an example. Okay, so these examples you keep in mind. Bacilli bacteria, example Bacillus anthracis. Spirilla bacteria, example Helicobacter pylori. And Coccei bacteria, example Streptococcus pneumoniae. And Vibrios bacteria, example Vibrio cholerae. Okay, and next class we will discuss about another microorganism, fungi. Okay, so we discussed about cellular structure. At that time I told you about flagella, which this structure which helps in locomotion in case of bacteria. So based on number and arrangement of flagella, bacteria are different types. Bacteria, they are different types. Okay, so let's check what are the different types of bacteria according to number and arrangement of flagella. So you can see here in this picture, Atrichus bacteria, Monotrichus bacteria, and Amphitrichus bacteria, and Lophotrichus bacteria, and Peritrichus bacteria. By observing this picture itself, you can understand what is the difference between all these bacteria. So first of all, we are going to discuss Atrichus bacteria. Atrichus means no flagella present. Flagella not at all present in case of this bacteria. Okay, so no flagella present, flagellum is absent in case of Atrichus bacteria. Example, Corynebacterium diphtheriae. So this is example for Atrichus bacteria. So this is the picture, no flagella. The second one, Monotrichus. Mono means one. Here, look here, in this bacteria they have only one flagella at one end. So those bacteria are called Monotrichus bacteria. An example for Monotrichus bacteria, Vibrio cholerae bacteria. Okay, so they are Monotrichus, only one flagella present at one side. And Amphitrichus means, you know, amphibians. In case of animal, they live in both land and water. That is different case. Okay, here Amphitrichus bacteria means they have they have two flagella, but at both ends. Okay, here this end one flagella, and this end also another flagella. So those bacteria, they are called Amphitrichus bacteria. A tuft of flagella at both ends, so they are called Amphitrichus bacteria. A tuft of flagella at both ends. Example, Rhodospirillum rubrum. And another bacteria, that is called Lophotrichus bacteria. Lophotrichus bacteria, a tuft of flagella at one end. Here, a tuft of flagella at one end. That bacteria is called Lophotrichus bacteria. An example for Lophotrichus bacteria, you know, Pseudomonas. Example, Lophotrichus bacteria, Pseudomonas. Lophotrichus bacteria, Pseudomonas. And finally, last type bacteria, Peritrichus. You observe here the flagella present on the all side of this bacteria. Those bacteria are called Peritrichus. Okay. So example for this, E. coli bacteria. So keep in mind that different types of bacteria and their examples. Atricus bacteria, example, Corynebacterium diphtheriae, and flagella is not present. Monotrichous bacteria, only one flagella present at one side, example, Vibrio cholerae. And Amphitrechus bacteria, flagella, tuftoflagella present at both ends. That bacteria are called Amphitrechus, example Rhodospirillum rubrum, and Lophotrichus, a tuftoflagella are present only at one end. That is called Lophotrichus, example Pseudomonas. And Peritrichus bacteria, the flagella present all over the side. That is Peritrichus, and example E. coli bacteria. Next we are going to look how do bacteria get their food. That is the question. So some bacteria they prepare food by photosynthesis. Using sunlight as an energy source, they perform photosynthesis and they prepare their own food. But some bacteria they prepare food by chemosynthesis. They use energy source as chemicals, okay, like ammonia and hydrogen sulfide, and they take energy from these chemicals and they prepare their own food. But some other bacteria they show symbiotic relationship between with another organism. They live like in a mutual understanding, okay. Both organisms they are benefited and they are not causing any harmful activities. So that type of bacteria is also present. So first type, photosynthetic bacteria. Photosynthetic bacteria, these bacteria they perform photosynthesis and they prepare their own food by photosynthesis. Their own food. For example, cyanobacteria is a photosynthetic bacteria. Cyanobacteria. So this is a type of photosynthetic bacteria. Okay, photosynthetic bacteria. Example, cyanobacteria. Some bacteria, for example, they are living harsh environments. They are living unfavorable environment. Those bacteria they perform what kind of method? They are following chemosynthesis. So chemosynthetic bacteria. So these bacteria they found in harsh environment and they perform what? They perform chemosynthesis. Okay, chemosynthesis. And how they perform chemosynthesis? They use energy source as chemicals like ammonia and hydrogen sulfide. So from these chemicals they take energy and they prepare their own food. Okay. And some bacteria they follow symbiotic relationships. Symbiotic relationship. That means two organisms are symbiotic relationship means they are in the mutual understanding. They do not cause any harmful activities. Okay. So for example, in case of intestine of the man, if you observe, if you look on the intestine of the man, human, you can see E. coli bacteria, they are in the symbiotic relationship with man. Okay. So these are the different types of bacteria if we check how they prepare their food.